everybody, and welcome to Cooking It Real. I'm Kathy. Today, I want to share another one of my dad's recipes. This time, it's for banana bread. Do you have a banana bread recipe in your repertoire? If you don't, you should. Why? Well, because if you're like me, every time you buy bananas, you wind up with some that just don't get eaten fast enough. They start to go brown, they get a little mushy, and what are you going to do with them? Well, banana bread is a classic way to use your overripe bananas. And when you buy a bunch of bananas and they start to get spots on them, like say this one right here, that means they're starting to go soft. These are still great to eat. These are still great to use in your banana cream pie. You put them on your cereal, put them in your peanut butter and banana sandwiches. Still absolutely good. Nothing wrong with them. But you can use them in banana bread, okay? Because they're a little bit softer than your regular banana. Now, if they've gone a little too far and they look like this, you can still use them. Now, if they're like really gushy and mushy and have like some white moldy spots on them, no, we don't want those. So if your bananas are starting to go like this and you want to make banana bread with them, but you're not going to make it today, and maybe you're not even going to make it tomorrow, take this banana, put it in the refrigerator. It'll last in there 3, 4, 5 days, but it'll come out like this. It'll get darker and it'll look more like this. Now these bananas look like this banana when I put them in the refrigerator, and they've been in for like, I think 5 days or so, something like that. If you're not going to do your banana bread in 5 days, put them in the freezer and they'll last for months and months and months. Maybe you have your mom's recipe, your grandma's recipe, even your great-grandma's recipe. But if you don't have a recipe, consider using this one. It's a good one and it's easy to put together. Simple ingredients, just a couple of little things, and bada boom, bada bing. Before you know it, you've turned your what am I going to do with these bananas into banana bread. And who doesn't like banana bread? Everybody loves it. Now this goes together so quickly and easily, you want to make sure you do first things first. First thing, preheat your oven to 350 degrees. Second thing, get a loaf pan. This is, I think they call this one a 9x5. Just your standard bread pan, and give it a spray or butter it, or however you want to grease your pan. Now, this pan is supposedly a non-stick, and for like my sourdough, I use parchment in there. But for something like this, I just give it a quick spray with a cooking spray. Easy peasy. That's my oven preheating, and I do like to take the spray off the edges here. All right, so set that aside. You don't have to flour it or anything like that. Just a spray will do. Now, I'm going to use my KitchenAid mixer. Come on in, mixer. But you don't have to. You can use a hand mixer, or you can even do this by hand, okay? It's not hard. The only thing that is a little bit, I don't want to say tricky, because it's not tricky, but thing that if you were doing it by hand that might take you a little time is the very first step, which is to cream together butter and sugar. So let's start there. Okay, in my mixing bowl, I'm going to add 1/2 cup or 1 stick of softened butter, just like that. And to that, I'm going to add, look at that, looks funny, doesn't it? Get down. All right. To that, I'm going to add 1 cup of granulated sugar. I'm going to use my paddle attachment, and we're going to cream it until it's light and fluffy. This is just going to take a minute or two. And you really want to make sure that you get it light and fluffy, because that'll set the stage for your moist, delicious bread. All right, beautiful. That is good. I'm just going to scrape down the sides a little bit. Make sure it's off the bottom some. When I was a kid, or even not a kid, even now, honestly, this is my favorite stage of cookies, quick breads, anything like that. The sugar and the butter together. Ooh, little lick. Good stuff. All right, now we want to add our bananas, and we're going to need 3 bananas. So I'm going to use my 2 bananas that have been in the fridge for several days, and this is what they look like on the inside. You see that brown stuff? That's not rotten. That's just soft. Totally fine. Don't be afraid. I'm going to throw that in there. And then I'm going to use my soft but not super soft other banana. Okay. And then we're going to mix that all up. Go, go, go. Go, go, go. Blend, blend, blend. All right, beautiful. That's all you got to do. Now, I hope you can see this. Now, we got some tiny little chunks of banana. That's not a problem. We like it. We like it. All right. Oh, it smells good already. All right. Now, we're going to need 2 eggs. These are large eggs. Mix that in a little bit. Okay, good. And we have one more liquid ingredient, and that is milk. Now, if I said a million times, we don't do milk in this house, but we do half and half. So because it's just a little bit, I'm just going to use half and half. You can use non-dairy milk, almond milk, coconut milk, any kind of milk you like, or you can just use water. Okay, I need 2 tablespoons and plus 2 teaspoons, which seems like kind of a weird amount, but it's my dad's recipe, and unfortunately, I can't ask him. He is no longer with us. 1, 2 tablespoons and 2 teaspoons. This is going to be tricky. 1, 2. If you overdo, oh mercy. Look at that. All right. If you overdo the milk a little bit, no, I'm not going to use that. I need a paper towel. Then just add a tiny bit more flour when the time comes. Cooking it real, making a mess. Yay! Okay, I'm going to mix that all up. Now, in a separate bowl, you're supposed to mix your dry ingredients and add them to your wet. But you know me, I don't do that. I do bad girl baking. And I forgot to add my 3rd banana. No harm, no foul. We got time. We're still good. Get it in there and mix it up. Better I found this now before I put in my dry ingredients, but there. That's better. Okay, let's get our dry ingredients going. Now, the first thing we're going to add is 1 teaspoon of baking soda. Okay, not baking powder, baking soda. This is my ½ teaspoon measure. So I got 1 and 2. And this is how I do my bad girl baking, because I put in the small stuff first and then I mix it up. ½ teaspoon of salt. And I like to add some cinnamon. It's not in my dad's recipe, but I think cinnamon goes great in banana bread. So I'm going to add, this is like a heaping ½ teaspoon. So I'm going to add another heaping ½ teaspoon. So 1 heaping teaspoon, or just go with your gut. Okay, if you want to add some other seasoning, like say nutmeg or cardamom or something like that, you can absolutely do that right now. All right, let's give that a quick mix. Okay, and now all that's left is our flour. So we need 4 cups of all-purpose flour. And I'm just gonna measure that in. 1. That's a little bit much. That's okay. I put in a little bit extra milk. So 1, 2, 3. Now I am not, I'm cooking it real. I'm not scooping and leveling and all that stuff. I never have, and I probably never will, but to each his own, you do you. All right, now let's get that in and let's start gently with the mix. All right, I have this just on stir. So what we're trying to do is just incorporate things. Perfect, that's looking good. All right, I'm gonna give it a quick scrape. All right, you're done. Now I have a couple of extra hints that will help you elevate your banana bread to the next level. But before I give them to you, I would like to ask you to please give me a thumbs up if you're enjoying this video. It really helps my channel. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing. It really means a lot to me. Okay, now here's my hints. And I do this sometimes, but today I'm just giving you the basic banana bread. But what you can do is you can add nuts to your banana bread. Very common addition. I like chopped walnuts, but you can use pecans or whatever your favorite nut is. Just add them in. I'd use about, for this amount, maybe half a cup. Depending on how much you like nuts, you could add a little more. You know me, more is better, right? You can add diced apple. I've done that a bunch of times. Out to 1 loaf of banana bread, I will just take 1 apple and peel it, and I'll chop it into small little chunks, like about, 1/4-inch dice. Not teeny weeny, but not chunky big. I love the additional flavor and the additional moisture that it gives. You can add chocolate chips. Chocolate banana bread, I mean, seriously, who wouldn't love that? I would add, same with the nuts, half a cup, maybe a little bit more, whatever you like. You can make peanut butter banana bread. Just throw in about a 1/4 cup of peanut butter when you're mixing your bananas in that stage, that first liquid stage. Then you're halfway to your peanut butter and banana sandwich. Elvis would be thrilled. Today we're just going for the basics. So let's get our bread in the oven. Okay, here we go. 1 hour, 20 minutes. That rose up really kind of nice, didn't it? I'm going to take this knife, I'm going to stick it in the center, more or less. And you see that? It's moist but not wet. This is done. I'm going to leave this on a rack in the pan for about 10 minutes. Then we're going to turn it out. It's still a little bit warm, but not really. Oh, wow. See how quick that came out? Perfect. All right. Look at that bottom. That looks beautiful. That looks beautiful. All right. I'm going to let that rest a little bit more before I cut into it. Okay. Let's cut this beautiful thing. Look at that. Oh, beautiful. Oh, I like the ends, but I'm going to cut a slice. Oh. Beautiful. Okay, here we go. It's still a little bit warm. Oh, it smells so nice, so banana-y. I'm just going to take a little chunk. So good. Oh, I'm just thinking this with a cup of tea, cup of coffee, glass of milk. Banana bread, you are a beautiful thing. I hope you try this. If you don't have bananas today, save this video in your YouTube library. The next time you do have bananas and they're starting to go a little brown, say, ooh, wait, I remember Kathy at Cooking It Real. She had a recipe for banana bread. Super simple, super easy, super delicious. You'll be glad you tried it. Anyway, thanks for joining me, everybody. I really appreciate each and every one of you. Love you, and I hope to see you again on the next Cooking It Real. Bye.